Welcome back to another episode of Talking Tarkov. I'm the EarLegAthlete here with,
Hey, Dizzle.
and today we somehow managed, with the help of a USEC PMC on his day off, to get Tagila off of this escalator, and they ended up following us to the podcast recording. So I guess let's just go ahead and see what they have to say. Welcome in, guys. Kitty Radio, if you want to take a quick introduction, tell everybody where they can find you, and things like that.
Hey, so I'm Kitty, also known as Opachkitty, pretty much everywhere. I don't really post much anywhere except for TikTok. I've been having some goofy little cosplay videos. Yeah, that's about it.
Hey, I'm Radio. Radio_FPS also works, but yeah, I play some games on Twitch sometimes. At that same handle I just gave. Tarkov is probably my most played game, and happy to be here. Terrified.
Nice.
No need to be.
Do you have a Twitter, Kitty? Or not a Twitter, but a Twitch?
I do, but I haven't streamed in like years.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no biggie.
So yeah, we ended up running into you guys. Well, I ended up running into you guys out at PAX West. I grabbed a couple pictures of you guys, of you, Kitty. Sorry, I keep thinking that you were somebody else. I thought Radio was the killer beside Kitty for up until today. So I'm still trying to process in my brain that he was the USEC. But yeah, so I got a couple pictures of you guys standing there. And then I was looking, I had this really dumb idea in my head, and I happened to see a Tagila cosplay walking past the escalator. And I was like trying to get over to him to be like, hey, do you want to do this idea? But they walked past the escalator, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to ask them to turn around, this and that. And as I turn around and start to walk back into the convention center, like to the main floor, Opachkitty and Radio come walking out, and I was like, okay, like this opportunity is not going to happen all the time. Like, just ask. And I felt awful about it. You guys, I'm sure, can attest to that, because I was like, no, like you don't have to if you don't want to. But I had this stupid idea, like, and I asked them, hey, can I get a picture of Tagila going down the escalator, just looking like confused, a little pissed off, whatever, and they obliged, and they were like, yeah, absolutely. Well, we turned around and we posted these on Twitter, and they absolutely blew up, which was insane. So yeah, that's kind of like how we all got to know each other a little bit there. But yeah, so absolutely crazy that the events that were taking place at PAX West, and I'm still a little like jealous and distraught that I didn't get to try the terminal stuff and the 1.0 stuff. And Opachkitty came in and had commented about like, hey, we didn't sign an NDA or anything. We're free to talk about all this stuff. So I was like, hey, let's get you guys on here to tell us about, as much as you can about the terminal mission stuff and anything new you might have seen. So we're going to do a quick conversation about all that kind of thing, and then just ask some, random questions and go into some conversation stuff. So with that, what is there that you can or do want to kind of break down about the terminal mission? Anything from like start to finish, or just like really cool aspects of it, or just like new kit or pieces of gear, guns, anything you might have noticed or seen, or just crazy interactions.
Yeah, I mean, the whole experience was insane, just like being able to try it in the first place. Like, I just got approached by a couple BSG employees, and they're just, hey, you want to check out Terminal? It's like, what the fuck? Really? I thought it was just for press.
Wait, yeah,
so getting invited was fucking insane.
Went there just as the Tagila, and they offered to let you play?
Yeah, no, they just, like, they found us in the expo hall, because we did a loop around the BSG booth first, and just kind of, like, looked around, checked it out. And then walked out into the like other part of the expo hall, and then Philbo and one other BSG employee, I don't know their name, came up to us and was like, "Hey, you want to check this shit out?" And we're just like, "Oh fuck, okay, sure."
That's insanely lucky. That is so lucky.
You just gotta dress up as a boss next time, Ryan, and then
Exactly.
Yeah, I need to be walking around sweating more than I already do. That's exactly what I need.
One question I have is how long was the session? Like, how much did you get to play?
I think it was about 40 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
And is that 40 minutes of the mission, or is that, like, getting ready and, like, prepping everything, getting in raid, or, or is that, like, 40 minutes start to finish, you got to, like, play out through that entire mission? Was there enough free time in it to, if you weren't, were you able to explore it all, check anything out, see any, like, just look around a little bit, or was it just chaos from the start?
Well, at the very beginning, they had a little intro video that they played. I think that was like maybe 5-ish minutes after Rudy got all settled down and everything. And then after that, it was another maybe 30-ish correct me if I'm wrong, 30-ish minutes of getting to try the mission, and then you have to watch a cutscene once you queue in, of just like your PMCs walking through, and then you get to actually play the game, and then if you die, you just have to do the cutscene over again. So I think I died like 3 times, but
That seems like a
Not
fair
bad.
number for as hard as
Yeah,
it
I was gonna say that's
sounded.
not bad.
Yeah,
I heard
that's
other people who died many more times.
yeah. Were you able to complete the mission, or how far did you guys make it?
Yeah, it was. Oh gosh, I think the first time we made it through a good amount. We actually managed to get to the armory, which is, I guess, the first of
Few doors, right?
basically 2 checkpoints.
Yeah.
So we found the key, actually walked away from it, and then ended up coming back. So we managed to push our way through to a place we shouldn't have been before circling back. But it overall, like, the intensity of the mission picks up very quickly from being like, all right, everything's okay. All right, it seems a little bit more tense, and suddenly everything's on fire and awful
Right.
explosions.
Are
Now,
there?
were you able to like pick your loadout, or was it all like pre-planned? They had it all set up, ready to go, and you just had to deal with what they give you.
So yeah, when we came in, we sat down at one of the first sets of PCs. We were able to play around in the stash. There was a variety of gear already there, as well as a leveled up character. But I didn't change my kit, and somebody had equipped, I think it was the Mark of the Unheard from the PvE edition.
Oh yeah.
I guess,
yeah.
and Unheard.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could customize it if we wanted to. Just to like get ahead of ourselves a little bit, your gear does get confiscated, so you kind of got to make do with some other stuff to start out.
Okay.
Yeah, so from what I've heard, you pretty much get stripped all the way down to just your chest rig, right?
Nope. I don't even think that. Well,
I think it was just a backpack, actually.
Or just your backpack?
no, I don't think you even had a backpack. I don't
Oh
know.
wait,
Speaking of turn, I don't know.
It was just your secure container, and I think your special slot items, but
Oh,
it was just
shit.
because it was the Mark of the Unheard. I think
Which,
everything else gets taken. I think you keep your headphones. I think your helmet.
now, are you forced heading out of that door? Are you forced, or I guess maybe even before? I'm not entirely sure. But for the interactions that you have with fighting, are you forced to pick up just dead body weapons? Do you hit an armory first? Do you like get some kind of like crate, or like how does arming back up go?
So like in the main room where you start after the cutscene, there's like a couple meds and like some snacks and stuff. And then you have to wait till I think like another mini cutscene plays, then you get to leave that room. And then there's some dead PMCs like on the ground right outside that you can loot. So, like one's got like a grenade launcher, some other stuff. But you pretty much just have to scrounge until you can get to that armory where you can get your own gear back.
Yeah, so I mean that pretty much right on the money. Like as soon as you come out those doors, there's like an initial engagement. A couple of AI PMCs are going to be defending your location. I think they had orange armbands on. And then there's just those 2 AKs that you can loot.
That be
and then from there.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, all you.
For the armbands, would that be the RUAF guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was them. Because like when the initial mission starts, like upon first loading in, there's this big cutscene where they take all of your stuff, and they also take this container from you, but it's not your secure container. So I think there's a lot of speculation around what that is. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, from the videos.
Yeah.
The raid series rather.
Yeah. Have you guys watched those? The raid series?
Oh
maybe?
yeah.
A long time ago, yeah.
It's so good. I watch it like yearly now at this point.
Really?
I love it. I don't know why. It's just really good. I think it's just because like it's Tarkov lore stuff, and you actually get to like start to piece things together. And then there's also the books. Have you guys heard of the books or?
Yeah.
Okay, those seem like really good reads. I've got to read the majority of the first, like maybe a couple chapters of the second, and like a snippet of the third, but I can't find the third. I also can't find the second anymore, so I don't know. I need to find a way to get those. I don't necessarily want to buy them like outright. I'd like to just like buy them digital, preferably, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I'd like to be able to read through them entirely.
I hear you. That'd be
there's-
awesome.
There's a lot of lore in those too, so it's kind of cool to see the Tarkov game start to finally, blend all of it together. Did you learn anything in regards to lore or story or progression or as to why, how, who, or what of any sorts? Or is it just that mission is just too chaotic to really start to pump and process anything?
Well, the intro video that they had, it was kind of going over like some of the lore of Tarkov in general, but I was fucking overwhelmed already and I didn't really catch most of it. But they had some of the, they had some like classified files and shit of like the goons, and it had their real names on them, and I didn't catch
wow.
all of them, but Bird Eye,
That's cool.
his first name is like Brandon, I think, and Knight is like Marty Rogers something. So they had some
Definitely
really
seems like a Marty.
goofy ass names.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they're American as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, I didn't really parse much storyline wise because that was just there's a lot.
That's cool though. That's the first I've heard of that. So yeah, that was something I did not know about.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that either. Can you recall as much of that as you can? I hate to put you on the spot like this. I'm sorry. Are you
No, you're
able
good.
to recall just
He's
kind of
not
like
sorry.
start to finish? I'm geeking is what I am. Are you able to kind of recall start to finish how that played out, even like just from your own memory or both your combined memories? Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I dragged radio along because my my recollection of it's very shoddy.
So as far as like the intro video goes, it was basically just re-explaining like the conflict in Tarkov, how it got to the point that it's at when we're initially like playing at the start of a wipe. We got to see some videos of Ground Zero before it's all blown to shit. Cars going through, everything just seems great, and then
That's cool.
all of a sudden shit hits the fan. Explains that bear PMCs are now a thing. Gosh, it was hard to track because it was all in Russian, but just
Fair.
the spectacle of it all,
Right,
and the subtitles
right.
being
A
at the
lot
very
to
bottom,
take
it's
in.
like I was just watching. I'm pretty sure jaw dropped for most of it.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the devs made sure to put an emphasis on it that when everybody finally gets their hands on it, come launch, we're finally gonna know why we're trying to escape Tarkov. Like we're gonna have our answer for what the hell's going on.
So good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In this video, do you recall a scene of like a few black SUVs rolling up with Bear and I don't know, UN peacekeepers or something like that, heading into that terror group area on Ground Zero, and then like
I'm
this whole
pretty
interaction
sure.
firefight between them? Was that included?
Yeah, I believe. Yep.
I think so, yeah.
And then as they like the Bear forces try to leave, the USEC guys like pull out an RPG.
I want to say yes. I'm pretty sure it's going exactly how the series kicks
Okay.
off. It's just
That's in the
everything's
book is why I'm asking. That's
Oh,
how
shit.
like things start with the so Terra Group. Essentially, what happens is they have like a bunch of companies. Think of like Johnson and Johnson, right? Like just
Yeah.
a mother of a company of billions of others. So they have all these little webs going out everywhere, and one of them is like mining, and it starts pretty casual, pretty chill. They are in, but then they start mining things to like build nuclear bombs and salt nuclear devices and things like this to make them, salting of a nuclear device is just essentially making it a little bit stronger and things like that. But it, so they get a town that they're digging in is like, we're tired of it. Everyone is in your back pocket. We're going to find someone that can do it. And apparently they do. And the way that the Nervinsk special economic region is set up, which is where Tarkov is located, the way that's set up is very loose, very non-restrictive when it comes to laws for businesses and things. So major corporations were just flooding there because it was essentially the Wild West of making money at this point. You can do anything you got to do at the cheapest way possible and sell your product. So Terra Group gets in there, and that kind of is part of why they're able to be brought in on all this. But so anyways, they're doing this mining stuff. Bear essentially somehow gets involved, and that leads into them going to the Ground Zero building to essentially start searching through, deliver the search warrants, all that kind of stuff. Be like, here is everything we have. We need to go through your shit. And off rip, USAC's like, not happening. They don't let them in past like the what do they call the entry of a building?
Like the
Entrance?
yeah, the lobby. They don't let them pass the lobby.
Okay, the lobby.
Yeah. And from there, that's where all hell breaks loose, and they start fighting, and they like USEC rips out a machine gun, and it gets wild from there. So is that kind of in line with how it played out? I'm sure they didn't show like the mining operation and all that like super backstory stuff, but does that seem to fall in line with what played out in the video from the Ground Zero interaction?
Roughly, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone over it like in depth.
Well, and
so
we had assumed that that's kind of how the whole story is going to start, like when 1.0 drops, because that's kind of how, when you are reading the books, it's kind of how everything like starts to pop off. So we assume that's kind of like the starting screen is like you make your character and you're dropped into Ground Zero, and that's what happens. So them showing a video of it could be, confirming that that's kind of how we're going to start.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that's the direction that they're going with it as far as like chronologically.
Right.
Nice. That is good to know. It's nice to know that you can watch back on the Raid movie, read back through the Tarkov lore books or stories, I guess, and kind of start putting the pieces of the puzzle together yourself, which is also cool because if the ending is anything like what plays out at the end of the books, it's completely absurd, and I was just like kind of like giddy about it, but also kind of like that's really dumb, but it was really cool. It was a goofy ending. It was a goofy ending, so I'm hoping they change it. But like getting out becomes this crazy feat. But yeah, so I don't know on the ending side, but the intro stuff sounds like it plays hand in hand with everything that the book stated, so that's cool. That's interesting. Now, you said a minute ago that you guys went from the area you were at and you ended up in a place that you shouldn't have been in the mission. What do you mean by that? Was it just like a place you shouldn't have been battle wise, or was it like, hey, you guys don't need to be over there, or?
Yeah, so at the start of, or I guess after that short video presentation, what replaced the video on the screen was now a map with a sort of like green line indicating our path we're supposed to take from the building that we initially started in. There's a few steps listed on there. Step 1 being get to the armory. Step 2 being get a key card. Step 3 being get to the key card extract. Oh gosh, I'm just trying to remember everything here.
It is a lot, and like I said, I hate to put you guys on the spot about it, but
no, you're good, man. You're good. This is the time. Kitty, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just we got the armory key, and then I think we got turned around from where the armory was, or something like that, and then we started going toward where the like Black Division.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We ended up like between Black Division and active RUAF forces, and the RUAF was defending us with the orange armbands, but not well enough. They were getting absolutely slaughtered. Scavs were walking around. Gluhar showed up at one point.
Yeah, fucking Gluhar's just there.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it can be a random boss that spawns there.
Oh, okay, no, that's good to know.
They're all trying to get out, and it sounds like they have their own conflict going on the other side, and you kind of all get like pushed into the same spot depending on who wins. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm kind of just guessing on that part, but I do know for sure that you do have random bosses had random bosses spawning in there, because Airwing had said he had fought Kaban one time, and then they fought Rashala the next time. I think it was Rashala or Gluhar, I can't remember. So it's like it can be any of them. And that may specifically just be for the mission, just to like kind of help you die, because obviously there's no other option. Because like if you do survive the mission, as you walk through those doors to get out, you get sniped by Black Division snipers. So at the moment, we don't know anymore past the ending. And supposedly they are going to reveal more and more as these next few conventions, these next major conventions that they're at, play out. Because when they're in Busan, South Korea, that one's going to be launch day, the day before it ends. So who knows what they're going to do for that. But yeah, anyways, gosh, okay, so many questions. Oh, the RUAF, fully armored? Were they like head to toe armored, or was it just on their thighs, or did you guys even catch that? Because I imagine from what I've gathered, it is extremely chaotic when you're in the mission. Like once things start popping off and you're seeing people. But yeah, did you guys track if the RUAF guys had, like essentially an osprey on with some like leg and pelvic armor?
I don't remember if they had leg armor. I know I killed a few of them because I wanted to see if they would all turn on me, and they did not.
Not that it was normal anyways, that's fair.
I'm trying to... I I don't think I saw any Ospreys. They definitely had like head to toe, but I don't remember specifically.
Some pictures were
we
shown.
yeah, let me.
Nikita posted like some pictures, and it was of the RUAF, and they had like hand and arm armor, and it
Oh,
looked like
wow.
leg armor, and yeah. And
Yeah,
then one of
so
the people who had played it, they had asked like, "Did you could you put that on?" And they said yes, everything was lootable. So
Huh.
just never really got a confirmation though.
it may have
Yeah,
also been a matter of only a few of them were like this, like the assault,
Yeah,
quote
that would
unquote
make more
guys.
sense
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
it
You
being
can
everyone.
1000% see this dude has it on his forearm and hand region. He's got extra plating on his shoulders. He's got something on his thighs. I thought he had pelvic region coverage, but he does not. So it is there, right? But we hadn't confirmed if it was actually something you could wear or lootable or what. And it's like, I guess if you die, you wouldn't get to keep it, and if you survive and extract from Tarkov, you don't keep it either. So it doesn't really matter. But it would have just been cool to know. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
But yeah, it definitely looks that way, which is cool.
Did you guys notice anything that is new to the game as far as weapons or gear?
There's definitely, I don't know if it was the RUAF armor or if it was one of the Black Division's armor, but there's a bunch of like unidentified shit on that account that I was playing on at least. So I was just like clicking on it, like, oh, what's
Okay.
this? Oh, what's this? I didn't
Ooh,
actually
yeah.
look at anything though.
That's
Was it
cool.
like just
Voice
raised
line.
backpacks, or was it? Oh,
Yeah, what I saw I think was a armored rig and a no bag, but I don't recall exactly.
and you
Yeah,
said
I
new
did see
voice
some
line?
pictures of Black Division like rigs and things like that.
I believe they got posted in a Nikki leak, or maybe in just like one of Nikita's
Yeah.
posts also. But
Yeah, and I think there was someone just had managed to sneak some photos as they were playing it because it
Oh,
was funny.
shit.
They posted it right beside a sign saying no photos allowed,
yeah,
and they were trying to take pictures, but it wasn't clear. You really couldn't make much out. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the devs were like walking around at the start of it, like when everybody was doing their very first raid and trying to be like, all right, stop
Yeah.
here, look over there, we want you to observe this. I didn't realize we were supposed to watch the fire. I almost ran and jumped over the fire. This guy's like, no, stop. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Just look at it.
I just wanted to run, man.
Natural reactions of a Tarkov player.
We were being like mortared. It was terrifying.
Walk us through like the first, 30 seconds of firefighting, like intense firefighting. Kind of an idea of what to expect when we get into those scenarios.
Well,
Okay,
it's
let me
mostly
rephrase.
like, 'cause-
The Black Division specifically, because you just fight
Yeah,
scavs
Black
off a
Division.
rip, right?
yeah, it starts with just regular scavs.
Yeah. So when you get
they
into the
blow a
Black
hole.
Division fight, how different does it feel from other boss fights that we have currently? Rogues, the goons, those few guys, or is it something that we haven't seen before? Like, break that kind of side down for us, please.
Well, I wasn't lucky enough to find the nods, so it was pitch black. I couldn't even tell where I was being shot from. I got one tap both times. I got killed by them. So
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, so I killed Gluhar, and then got some quad nods, was running around, and then saw Ruaf lighting up a wall behind me. And then immediately the Ruaf guy drops, two more to the left get dropped, and it's all by this single Black Division who's behind this like box truck. I go to jump out of the way, and as I jump, he takes aim and one taps me in the ear.
Oh.
So they felt like goons, but kind of ramped up. Ruaf it felt like they were actively covering the player. Whether you were like healing or taking cover, they were just like sitting there trying to like shoot for you.
Nice.
They were only healing when the enemy was actually down.
So would they let themselves bleed out and choose to fight over just
That's
stopping
what it
and
felt
healing?
like.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
because like as soon as you get out of that med room, you can loot those initial bodies, but there's also I think maybe 2 or 3 Ruaf guys there who are covering you. And like only one of them would heal while the other 2 are covering, and those guys were just sitting there like gasping. They were not
That's
well.
wild, yeah. That's cool.
I heard there were like different formations like that the AI would take that we don't commonly see right now. Like
Yeah,
it
the
seemed
Black
like they
Division
were
guys.
yeah, it seemed like the Black Division was like basically just doing blind fire while others would like circle around, and it just seemed
Yeah.
like they had some smarter tactics.
Yeah, like active flanking. It was kind of crazy to see it where one would just hold an angle and then all of a sudden you're getting shot in the back. But it was even more insane to see like the orange armbands just turn and start trying to like cover your back without you even realizing what's going on.
Right.
It's just it really feels like the AI has been dialed in, and I feel like they're on the money.
Well, it's like in Tarkov, we've never really had an AI like that will fully like protect us. Like that's never been a
Right.
thing. So
Yeah.
that's got to be a cool thing to actually see.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
blew my mind. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to shoot him, but
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Survival
I needed
over
loot.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to fight the Black Division and progress the first room, let alone anything else? You know, you got to get that gear. With the Black Division guys, when they would die, would it be, you know, like the goons, they'll yell like, "Oh shit, buddy's down," and then they'd get aggressive and push, or you know, do they just keep with their tactical advantages and just keep moving with cover and firing and replacing units, or like how do they line up compared to like if you were fighting the goons?
I would say that it felt like they had kind of like this similar level of like, all right, one of us died, we gotta, actively try to kill this player. But it didn't seem like they were also like gung ho. My buddy just died, I gotta lay down everything and stand in the middle of this. Like they were tactical about it. Not saying that the goons can't be tactical, but there's been moments.
Yeah,
And it just like depends on I think where you run into them. But it felt like Black Division was actively trying to seek different ways around the map rather than following like a set path or anything like that.
Okay.
But I don't know.
That's definitely
The fights didn't last long.
right. Yeah. That's what I've been hearing is that it's very fast paced, very split second decision making stuff, and you got to be on your toes. Now you eventually progress in the task to a point where you get to an armory with all your stuff. Did they tell you to like bring night vision and that kind of thing? Like, did you ever know that you were prepping for a night raid, or were you just kind of like gearing up as in a daytime raid?
I mean, the equipment that we had initially, at least on those PCs, was definitely not suited for night raids. And going back in, I didn't really think of just bringing nods with me, which would have been smart. But no, it's definitely not indicated anywhere that you should bring those. But that would
That's
be
fair.
a good call.
Yeah,
Well,
because the first cutscene's day.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In normal Tarkov fashion, you gotta play it to
You
learn
prep
it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They don't
Exactly.
tell you.
Yeah. When you how difficult is it to get to that room with the armory of your things?
Not too bad, because between the starting room and the armory, and like the key to the armory is mostly just scavs. So as long as you can take those guys out and not get accidentally shot in the back of the head by a RUAF guy or something, it's pretty easy to get there. And then once you pick up your equipment is when Black Division starts thinking about pushing you. I'm not exactly sure though.
Yeah, that seems
Yeah, it felt
manageable.
like that.
Yeah. So, okay. Did you guys were you able to complete the mission at all, or
Oh no.
Hell no.
no? How difficult is it to just do, basic progression from like this door armory that we're at now to, okay, let me ask this first, I guess. Was there any direction as to what you were doing, where to go, anything?
Yeah. So there was various devs like in the room with us. Each of them was walking around. I'm presuming just like make sure one that people had a little bit of a sense of what was going on, because there was people in there that hadn't played Tarkov before. They sort of had us like raise our hands at the start.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But no, like, so the very first raid that you do, we had, I think, 2 or 3 devs that would walk over and sort of be like, all right, so this is basically what you want to do is just pay attention to this. I haven't told many people this is what you want to do, and just suggesting like, maybe you take a look this way, maybe you take a look that way.
Yeah.
But at the end of the initial presentation, they just put this big map up on the screen at the very front of the room. Us being in the front seats, we had to look at it, right?
Right, yeah.
So like once we kind of looked at it and went into that second raid, it was easier to sort of orient. But that first raid, all the explosions, like on a setup we've never played on before, it was just crazy,
Yeah, that seems extremely chaotic, which I imagine is what they wanted, right? Like, of course,
Oh, it was
they'll
a
give you
blast.
bare minimum, but yeah, exactly. It adds so much value to it. speaking of value, where do you think, like, graphically, it's not changed, right? It's still Tarkov.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'd say so.
level of immersion and audio, just like how did everything sound? Because that is on the 1.0 servers. So was everything clean? Did everything run smooth? Were there any bugs or silly things happening? You know, like try to equip this, it wouldn't equip, it's stuck on your screen, you know, stupid shit. Like, was there anything like problematic, or did everything, you know, seem to have good frames? Everything looked clean. Scavs, AI, Black Division, Ruath, they all were functioning semi correctly. Like, did everything feel smooth, or?
Yeah, I mean, overall, it seemed like the performance was pretty good. I mean, the setups they had were, I think, pretty nice. But the only thing is that the scav AI, because at one point I completely ran out of ammo. Got like 2 random AI scavs just walking around, and I'm trying to like melee one to steal his gun, and I'm just barrel stuffing him, and he's just staring at me. So that I think the AI might have been a little janky for those guys, but everything else seemed pretty spot on.
We were on Alienware setups. They were like AIO for the CPU, RTX cards. Everything
Yeah, those
I
ran
see pictures
smooth.
of them. They
were
look
nice.
decent.
Yeah, it was nice. Good experience. It was. I think everything was nice and smooth. Like even seeing like a crane drop and dynamic fire, like didn't seem like it
This
was
is all
skipping
in
a
raid
beat.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Sick.
play on a 9800 X3D normally, and I didn't notice much of a difference there. Like it seemed very performant, even with all the AI and everything going on.
Very nice.
It was loud as hell though.
Yeah, Tarkov audio is extremely loud. It drives me nuts on Arena. Whenever you find a match and it gives you the alert to hit accept, there's no adjusting the
God.
volume on that, and it is just devastating on my ears. And I have IEM, so they're like in ear.
Oh,
Oh god,
Dude, it's rough. It is so bad. It drives me
my
nuts.
condolences.
Yeah.
It's very, very possible that all of that was being ran locally, like a local server,
had to.
because they might not have wanted to give a chance for someone to hack in and like steal
Right.
that information. So there's
Yeah,
a very good
exactly.
chance. Yeah, it was all localized. So that would also make it
That's
probably
true.
run a lot better than normal.
Yeah, they were offline raids.
Which, I mean,
Okay, yeah, that
it is
makes
going to
sense.
be co-op or solo, and I think if you're solo, you're going, or they changed that, right? You have to opt in to the offline or like local servers on
I think
PvE
there's
now.
a way. Yeah, it was PVE, but it was offline or
Right.
practice raids on PVE.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
We kept all the shit, and all the other maps were locked. I think it was. I mean, it was definitely just an exclusive build. For
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Okay, yeah. So it wasn't a live server. It was just a
Okay.
demonstration, a setup slice of like a mission.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Was
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the version number in the corner of the screen was like 0.999999 something.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
That
funny.
is cool.
Okay, so it wasn't 1.0.
Not
Don't tell anybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Did you guys learn anything about 1.0 while there? Like, did they say story progression, this or that, or tasks changes, or the amount of new things being added? Is there anything to note about what may be coming with 1.0?
Trying to remember.
I know. Me too.
It's a lot of information from what you guys took in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was just a wild day. I mean, like from her being, tracked down by like Philbo and stuff, and then what was it? I think Jean, another
Yeah,
like lead
Jean.
dev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like poking out in the background of one of her pictures, and then he came out and asked to take pictures with her. And he's like, "You guys want to play Terminal? Come back at this time." It's like, what? Okay, so that's
So sick.
2 different people asking. Like,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Terminal, what did you guys think of what you got to see of Terminal? Was it different than what you expected? Was it kind of in line with what you were thinking it was going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked into like any of the like leaks or speculation on what like the map itself would look like, so I was pretty surprised. But also, like, it feels like Tarkov and it looks really good. But it was definitely more of a like spectacle because it's got like the cutscene and like the what's the word? Pre-rendered? Not pre-rendered. The opposite of that. In-engine, giant crane falling apart and catching on fire and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
that's
it was
insane.
definitely crazy.
Did the map
theatrical
seem
Tarkov map.
decent size?
Yeah. 'Cause the slice that we got to play from like the main room to the armory to the Black Division area was pretty small. I mean, I want to say the footprint was like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of a
Factory?
comparison.
I was gonna say, yeah, probably factory.
Single floor factory?
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe the
Old factory.
I'd say maybe a little bigger than factory, right? No,
probably, and plus because it's more open and there's like buildings and shit, so
Right.
it's just hard to judge.
or like I don't know, comparable like spots on customs, like maybe towards like Big Red. It was like, I mean, not much of a difference dramatically, but there's enough like corridors and alleyways, people on rooftops, spots for people to like poke out of where it did seem like expansive, even though it's kind of like more of a compact area, I guess, like just condensed.
Yeah, it's something I'd always been curious about because, you know, on Shoreline, you can walk up to the beginning of the map and you can see Terminal and it always looked kind of small. And then some of the screenshots started coming out and it kind of looked different. It looked like they had expanded it quite a bit. So I was just curious as to size-wise if there was anything we could compare it to. Or at least,
got turned around.
Yeah, it seems like from what I've seen, it's definitely bigger than what I originally thought. Because I was originally thinking it was just a pier with, you know, some buildings and some cranes. But the more I've seen, it looks like it's definitely bigger than that. Now, when you guys fought, which boss did you say you fought?
Gluhar.
Did he just appear all of a sudden? Or was there like a announcement that he was there? Or all of a sudden, did you just see him like, oh shit, there's Gluhar?
We got into the armory, we opened the locked door, and as we're like looting, I think I turn around to look at Kitty, and she gets shot in the back of the head like 4 times and just like flinching and looking at me. And I was just like, oh my god, she's headbanging. This is wild.
Yeah.
And she heals. And I think, did you end up dying after that, or did you go a different way?
No, I think I survived that one for a little bit after that.
Okay, so I like
See, I'm
poked my head out.
fine.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
I was so shocked. But I poked my head out a door, and there's just this guy walking at me, and I thought it was Ruaf, so I didn't shoot. All of a sudden, he shoots over my shoulder, so I just light him up, and it was Gluhar. The achievement popped
That's
up.
horrifying that he can just show up like you don't even know.
Well,
that's
yeah.
scary.
Didn't you say you got your nods off of Gluhar?
Yeah.
Which what nods was he running?
Pretty sure they were quad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I think I
even
got those the
scarier.
first one, and then the second raid, I didn't get any.
Gluhar with night vision is insanely terrifying.
I don't think he had an M1A, though. Or an Ash 12. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like he didn't have his normal equipment, which is probably why it was harder to recognize.
Oh,
him,
that's
but-
true. You know, he may have also gotten stripped at the entrance.
Yeah, I
True,
took his
yep.
goggles, and that was it. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
I was gonna say he
Yeah,
also
those
runs a
goggles are huge.
PP19 sometimes, so
True.
maybe he
That's
was
true, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what achievement popped, so I like ran back in the armory. I'm like, hold on, I gotta check. I can check.
Gluhar, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That is
I'm
wild.
so confused.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Even more wild if they're just roaming around. and you
Yeah,
can
I
just bump
didn't. I
into
thought it
them
was
by
a
random.
specific, like, once you go through that first, like, checkpoint door or whatever to head towards the last entry before you get shot by the sniper scavs or by the Black Division snipers. I thought that's where you ran into them at, like, as like a like little.
It's possible. Maybe
it-
there's different.
it
Like,
just seemed
it
to
could be different
me-
times.
That's true. It could be, yeah, depending on where they're at, what happened.
Yeah.
But it felt more like a setup type situation, like an arena battle. You know what I mean? Like that's what I had in my
Right.
head. Not like arena of the game, but like
More like a
it's
showdown.
you or them, whoever. Yeah, showdown. That's a good word for it. It's like, you know, whichever one of you survive, that's who gets to leave, right? Like that was in my brain
Yeah.
for some reason. Not
Yeah.
just bosses roaming around the area that you're in, looting, surviving, barely trying to live. You know, that's insane. That's scary.
So I have a theory about it, honestly. So like when you first get in there, there's that initial cutscene when you load in. Your gear's confiscated. You're walked to this room. They keep telling you like, "Hey, don't look at anything." You keep looking around, but I think you make it in because then we go into that med room. After 60 seconds or so, another cutscene plays, and it's Scavs blowing a hole in the wall, dropping that crane. So, in my opinion, I think Gluhar comes through that hole. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm going through." You know, like I'm going with those guys. I'm getting
Yeah,
out of
that
here.
makes sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think
And
that's
just
think
taking
that's
his
maybe
best
why he
gear.
has stuff. It'd be cool to see him with Scav stuff though. He like comes through and they take his shit. He has like a
Yeah,
pom pom
he's-
hat and a
yeah.
Taz or something.
That'd be hilarious.
Or like you're all just standing there together, like completely unarmed. And you just look over and there's Gluhar standing beside you with no
Wearing his
weapon.
guards. Yeah.
Just thumbs down.
Yeah.
It'd It'd be even better if that's who guarded you. Like, you guys break out together, you know what I mean?
That'd be wild.
You gotta work with a boss to get out. That'd be
Work
nuts.
together for this one time and then
Give me
shoot each other
tequila.
immediately afterward.
Adam, do you have any other questions about Terminal specifically?
Yeah, well, it has to do with everything, so
go
it's
for it.
not specifically Terminal, but basically just once you guys got to actually try it and you got back from PAX and you just got to sit down and think about it, what was your final really opinion on everything? Was it what you expected, better than you expected, or did you even have any expectations?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really have any expectations because I haven't been playing a ton of Tarkov lately. So I was like, oh, 1.0 is coming out. It's kind of cool. Realized it was a
Right.
PAX, so I was like, well, I guess we got to go now. So then I didn't hype myself up too much. Just like, okay, we're just gonna go check it out, see what's going on. Wasn't expecting to even see Terminal, anything like that. So like, it definitely
that's
blew
insane.
any.
You're so lucky. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm happy for you
Yeah.
guys.
I'm still just like, holy shit, that fucking happened.
That's so cool.
So definitely exceeded any expectations I had, and I'm just like super excited to try 1.0.
Yeah, I think it entirely blew me away. Like I didn't know what to expect when they said that they were going to be, doing like a single player mission style thing for how do you escape Tarkov? What is Terminal?
Right.
Like it was vague, but I have a better idea of it now, and I really like that idea. It's just very nice to see everything kind of coalesce and become what they wanted this product to be all along. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't think I've been more hyped.
Well, see, that it makes me feel even better because everybody that played it had nothing but positive things to say. And some of those people, I trust enough because they've said, when they didn't like things, they've been honest about it. So the fact that everybody, even people who, sometimes hate the game, have all been positive, I think that's probably as good as you could, want when it comes to new content.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all the articles I've seen, everything I've seen on it has been positive.
Yeah.
Very positive, really.
Yeah, and I mean, we're
But
definitely
yeah,
not being
that's-
paid for it, so.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like when I first heard a couple people say it, I was like, but then there was, One Peg was one, and One Peg's been off and on with Tarkov for a while. Like he got to a while where the Tarkov devs wouldn't let him come to events, and like there's been, a rocky relationship. And the fact that he was speaking so highly of it, that was kind of it made me sit there and think, okay, like this must be true. Like he's not just going to say that. So
Yeah, he wouldn't just say that. No. One Peg's very outspoken with that kind of stuff.
But it was everybody. Like everybody said
everybody's
basically the same thing. Like it was awesome. Like it was better than just good. It was like great, and they can't wait, to actually get to do it.
Yeah.
Still in line with 1.0. Have you guys seen the leaks and things, or the supposed leaks? I think all but confirmed at this point. On the quote unquote Icebreaker ship, the ship that's been in the Nikki leaks and everything. Are you guys familiar with that idea? The alternate ending for Tarkov?
No, I don't think so.
No, sir.
Oh, okay, cool. So, there was a
Wait,
leak a while.
do you want us to run it for
that's
you?
true. That's true. That's true.
Sure.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Are you guys cool with
Hey,
it?
'Cause
Yeah.
this is still speculation. It's not
It
been
is,
confirmed.
Yeah, it has
like
not been confirmed. But it's this is about as
it adds up.
You can take it with a grain of salt for sure, but you can also it can be a really small grain of salt, I think. It seems,
Yeah.
it
This
seems legit.
It could be a huge part of the story, or it could be a tiny part. Like we don't really know.
That.
Like
We just know this is an option or a potential option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a leak a while back. A guy had posted on what's the app?
I can't even remember.
I use it and I can't remember what it's called. Telegram.
But
On Telegram, a guy had posted about. He said, he's a PMC heading towards this Icebreaker ship. You know what?
which Nikita had posted the ship. Nikita had posted an image of this big ship.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Do you want to start kind of breaking it down? Let me just find it. It'll make things easier.
Yeah, the picture was what? It was like a
It wasn't
big
that far back. Yeah.
shot of like
Here it is.
you could see some 4-wheelers running up on it.
This picture.
Oh, damn.
So this got posted a little while ago, And the speculation was kind of all over the place. Like, we know this is some sort of icebreaker ship of some sort. We know that it says Escape from Tarkov down at the bottom right. All the other ones that are linked or associated with a different game or idea are titled differently. We just didn't know anything past that. And then there's a Nikki leak or two that have like breakdowns of the ship, and we've seen more and more and more and more about the ship. Well,
Yeah.
when this image got posted, there was a guy that had said, pretty much standing right here, just put like a PMC with a gun in his hand. Actually, it was way farther back, and it looked kind of weird. But he's like testing the end mission for Lightkeeper task line to escape Tarkov.
Yeah, alternate escape. If you do like Lightkeeper tasks, you get an alternate way to escape Tarkov.
Huh.
And immediately had to take it down.
Oh shit! Well, that's a good
Yeah.
sign that it's true. You know.
Yeah. Well, also
Well-
he is a very well everything he's leaked has been spot on.
Yeah. And he's had a lot of stuff confirmed in the past. Like he's
Yeah.
came out with things and it's always been right. And a lot of
Yeah.
people believe that he's probably a developer inside of Battle State, or either just a tester. And that's how he gets all the information, because it's stuff that you have to get from inside sources. Like there's no way you're getting that outside of the actual studio. So it's pretty believable at this point. But like you said, the fact that he had to take it down, that's kind of like,
It was immediate.
they don't
too.
ask you to take fake things down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
They
so,
couldn't give a shit less.
Mhm.
There's a
Yeah.
Twitter called Ball State Games that posts
Yeah, it's
nothing but
hilarious.
trolls, and it is hilarious.
love
Those are
it.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I repost it all the time, like just so people get freaked out because they say the stupidest thing.
That
Yeah.
bastard's got me so many times.
Yeah.
It
it's
used
brutal.
to
I love
get
it
me.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First few times, like I think I'd even followed him at one point, like when I first got on Twitter and was looking for like Tarkov stuff on like my main account. I followed him, not realizing that I'd clicked the wrong one. And I read a couple posts. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was so confused.
I love
Yeah.
reading the comments. People still believe it. Like
Yeah, people
their
fall
most
for it,
recent
yeah.
post was
You'll have to buy the game
anybody
again.
anybody who bought the beta version of Escape from Tarkov will no longer have access once 1.0 hits. You will have to rebuy the game. And people in the comments were going crazy, like, "You guys are such a bad company. You guys are so money hungry. You told me I was going to be able to play the game. Now I'm going to have to rebuy it." And it's just like, oh my god, it's hilarious.
It's so funny. I
So
love
good.
it. With this picture
But-
though,
Yeah,
ahead.
the four-wheelers. I was just going to say, we started analyzing it a little bit, and when it comes to Lightkeeper, he's associated with the cultists, and we were thinking that those people on the four-wheeler were possibly cultists, because it looks like they got
they
a
kind
hood
of
on
look
and
like
stuff. Which
cultists, yeah, especially this
it
outlined
is.
one.
It is snowing and very
Right,
cold, so
parkas
it's
and all
possible
that.
it could be anybody. Yeah, but like there was just a few things that kind of made sense. Like I could see that being cultist,
If
and I
you're
could see
doing the
that.
Lightkeeper task line to board this ship, this is your way out. Maybe fight a fuck ton of enemies and bosses, and maybe Black Division's posted up here. Who knows? This could be an alternate way out. What do you guys
Yeah,
think of
'cause
the idea of that?
Well, and just real quick, we've seen interior looks of this ship, and it
Let's
looks
see.
like you're going to be able to
Sure.
go to every floor. Like,
Oh,
so
shit.
it's technically huge. Like, there could be a ton of stuff in there. So it's like once you do get to the ship, there's probably a lot more things that you have to do. But it seemed like I think if we counted them right, I think there were 7 or 8 floors, and then you still have like the deck and like underneath. So we kind of figured that one floor is kind of equal to.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There's part of it. I don't know if we actually get
Yeah,
to
that's one of
see.
them.
We think this is an interior floor.
Yeah, we think that's one of them.
These
Oh,
are very
damn,
short
yeah.
clips, so you kind of. Sorry, let me put this on for this recording. So you kind of have to just like buffer and scrub through it.
But we figured each floor was kind of similar to like what Labyrinth was like, and if you have like 8 or
Size-wise,
9
yeah.
labyrinths, that's a lot of stuff to go through.
This was teased a while back, and we're pretty sure this is part of Terminal 2, maybe, or not Terminal.
The ship,
ship?
yeah.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, there's some significance to that, whether it ends up being exactly what they said or not. Like, it's kind of cool if they are going to make alternate endings, depending on like what trader you like are loyal to, that would be a cool way to play the game out, because you could play it so many different ways. It gives replayability,
Oh yeah.
because each one, if you're not even each one, even if there's only like 3 different ones, I think that's pretty cool.
It is.
No, I agree. It makes it way more dynamic. Gives people a lot more freedom.
I think that was it for the ship stuff. I'm gonna turn it off of there.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton, and then once it got all that attention, it quieted down a lot after that, which is another reason why I think it was real, because I think that was part of BSG's doing, like asking people to not talk about it.
Do you guys think this might be part of that ship then? Would it make sense for these to be on here? Or do you guys think this could potentially be the reserve rework stuff?
Ooh,
Or even Lighthouse, I guess. Lighthouse is getting a rework.
I
Ship
think
or map?
reserve.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I was thinking of like the vaulted ceilings and stuff. I don't know exactly how like storage holes on like military ships look, but I feel like that's like a little too spacious to be something like a ship. But also, well, that that still look kind of like labs, but I don't know. With the like, garage door looking dealio. Like,
Think this area looks like
like that right
this?
there. Like I don't think that.
Yeah, that looks like labs. That looks
does
like
look
you're on the
yes.
main floor of labs.
Yeah.
I actually hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be like the lighting is not baked in, so it looks a little more labs like.
Yeah,
so it could
looks
very well
similar.
be reserve.
True.
And with there's so many reworks in progress that we've heard bits and pieces about, it really technically could be anything. It's so hard to know.
Man, there's so much stuff. The Nikita Twitter is amazing. I go through this all the time. I'm going to close it because I'm going to go nuts if not. Stop that. All right, close that. All right. So what do you guys, what would you, back onto the ship, do you think that is, if that is the ending, how do you guys think that's going to play out? Like, do you think it would be in line with the Black Division stuff that we just seen? Or do you think it's going to would be something entirely different? Do you think they would try to utilize the Black Division in both scenarios, or?
I mean, it's hard to say just because, like, with the whole different environment and everything, like, I wonder how, like, where the storyline would branch if it does end up doing, like, something like that. Like, if that's just maybe from the terminal you take that ship to a whole different area or something. I don't know. It's just wild.
With them breaking the ship down and masking it and netting it and doing everything that they've done, and then all the work and rendering that we've seen so far, I feel like that's probably going to be our way out, especially with the league. It makes me think that it's going to be how we extract through Lightkeeper with an alternate ending.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
And the idea that these are cultists on the 4-wheeler cracks me up. And
cultists just riding 4-wheelers.
Yeah. You guys, we've seen a few.
Makes sense.
It does, yeah. I mean, you got to get out through this Arctic area. Again, and also, I have no idea for this either, but where it's at is beyond me. Like, I just don't know. I couldn't. It's Russia, right? So it could be anywhere, technically.
Yeah.
But what map, or like how would we access it? Things like that. Is it gonna be kind of like the labyrinth type setup where we just have to transit to it essentially? Who knows? Lightkeeper takes us directly. It's hard to tell. But yeah, there's a lot up in the air about this. It is hard to assume what it is. Do you think there's a world with Tarkov, because we saw it in one of the previous Nikki leaks, where we are able to drive vehicles in some form or another? We saw animations for like a guy sitting in some sort of truck and shifting, it looked like. And then now we have cultists on 4-wheelers. Do you guys think that's going to be specifically used for cutscene purposes, or do you think for some reason we might end up on one?
I mean, I obviously all just speculation, but I feel like having vehicles and like dealing with the physics and everything would be like such a huge undertaking that I don't know if they'd try to get that worked in before 1.0, but it also could be something that they've been working on the whole time. So I feel like it would probably just be something for a cutscene, like, the Skyrim intro sort of situation.
Right. Waking up tied up in the back of a tree.
Riding with a cultist.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's my thoughts at least.
Did you guys see? Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't know. I think Probably the same, but like maybe there'll be some kind of different like system for vehicle extracts. Like maybe we could see different time of day, like a cultist on a 4-wheeler being like, you know what, fuck it, I'll take you somewhere, give me a pack of cigarettes or something, you know. I don't know.
Well, and a lot of the stuff we've seen showing like actual animations could be what the car extracts are going to become. They might become actual cutscenes. Like when you pay for it, there's actually a cutscene of the car pulling up and picking you up and driving away. Like that could be what it all is. It's just cutscene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very well could be.
The driver just sitting there watching you get shot.
Yeah.
Sorry, 30 more seconds.
Not driving off until that second ends. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you might die, but I'm not pulling off, even though you already
Putting
paid me.
stuff in his trunk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just like, hold on.
But it would make sense, especially with the story approach that they're going with for the campaign part of Tarkov. It would make sense to have cutscenes like that. They have the
Yeah.
ability to do it, so
Exactly, it makes sense. So hopefully.
yeah.
I mean, put fence in the SUV.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. We have seen recent photos of like Ragman and Prapper and other people like in game. So it's going to be really cool to actually see what they do with the in-game traders.
Yeah,
Because people have been
absolutely.
speculating like like the middle of interchange, you have to go in there and actually walk up to Ragman, and like if that is the way it is, that's crazy. But at the same time, it's like I really don't know another way unless they put all the traders on like a
The Lightkeeper
PvE
approach.
type place. Like I'd because it'd just be such a camp fest. There has to be a way around that. Because there's
Yeah.
even been rumors of the flea market being in raid. Like you have to
Oh, God.
walk, like you had to travel to the flea market, put your orders in, and then your orders come delivered, through the messenger like they do now. It's just, I don't know. It's a really cool feature, but it's going to be so hard to implement and keep it to where it's actually worth doing.
Yeah, and I mean, I wonder if they'd make it like a single player instance sort of thing where you still have to fight off like scavs and stuff, but you could still go up to the
Yeah,
traders
that's what I
that
almost
way.
wondered, if there's like almost like a extract that takes you to that place, and it's that way people can't just be posted up in there, but then people are just going to camp the extract. So it's like no matter
True,
what
yeah.
you do, when you add multiplayer with physical in-game traders, it's a tough
Problematic.
thing. Like
It is.
I can't really figure
Well,
out how
I
they're
think
going to make
7
that
Days to
work.
Die did a good way around it. They have compounds, and those compounds are, PvE exclusive, right? Like you can't.
Yeah.
There's no combat. You can't even pull out your firearm. Maybe you can. I don't know. I didn't play 7 Days to Die much. But you get
Well,
in the area.
Scum
and
does
you
it
can
too.
you can
There's-
shop. You can do all your stuff. You can repair, fix this, do whatever. And when you leave, it's balls to the wall. You choose where you leave from. You have visibility, so you can see out. You can see what's going on. You can hear things. So you're still within the world. But that's the thing too. That's a major chunk of CPU processing for Tarkov to eat up that it doesn't have to give, right? Like it just.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's even a possibility. Like being able to stay
Well,
within the server time
the
or
way
server.
Scum does it is there's this huge circle that basically is just a safe zone, and once you approach any area of it, there's no more
No fights.
no
matter how
more
close. Yeah.
people can still shoot at you, but it's not going to hurt you. Like
Right.
you're basically like, but
Force field.
the thing with that is that map is huge, so
Right.
there's a
and
huge
it's
area
a
that they can
singular-
mark off as a safe zone, so that way there's not a ton of camping. With the size of the Tarkov maps, that would be the difficult part, is you would have to make a big area of the map a safe zone, and
not a
it
viable
just
option.
doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like something that they would do.
Even if you use the
So-
corner of the map that you want to use for it, it's still it
no matter how you do
removes
it.
from the maps. Yeah, there's just no real good way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we know they're going to do it, is the
Right.
thing. So it's
Well,
like,
yes, they've probably
I'm
developed
just
something.
so curious.
And my thought is Ragman is on interchange, posted up somewhere. It seems like he's like in the mall. Like he's just, I don't know. We also
Yeah.
don't know what's being added because if it's still happening, interchange was getting some adjustments to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Where what are you guys' thoughts and opinions on it? Do you think that they're gonna do? How do you think they're gonna do it?
Yeah, how do you think we'll be able to access the in-raid traders? Because like I said, we know that they're going to be there. We just don't know what the access is going to be, like how we do it.
Yeah, 'cause
Let
it's hard
me
to say
know.
what. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you.
It's hard to say what the balance they're gonna try to strike between like immersion and like gameplay wise of like practicality. So like you were saying, like if you have to like buy it in the raid essentially, then like lug your shit back. Like what if you're buying like a fucking or trying to like
P7s or something?
yeah, or just like hey, I need like 5 rings or something like that. Like you have to
Right.
like carry that out somewhere.
All my
Can you, like,
hideout
ship it out with
stuff.
like the
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like how much is it gonna be in game, and like can you complete quests in game, or do you have to go in person to like hand shit in, or like hey hey prepper, I got this tank battery for you. Let me lug it in. Like
Yeah.
I think if they want to go like full in game route, just put it like outside of the hideout. Give us a way to like walk out of that, and then maybe we're in an area where some of the traders happen to be, and then maybe assign certain ones to certain maps. But maybe having like a central hub that we can go to, whether we have to like walk out of our stash with a gun or something, or we walk out and we're in like a safe zone. I don't know.
Well, they've said for sure we are in raid with these
Shit.
traders. Yeah, they are quote
But-
unquote in raid traders, and that to me at least says it's in the middle of the shit somewhere.
Put them all on labs.
Yeah, just turn labs into the auction house.
Every
and
key
the-
card
like,
is now how you walk to the
that's
trader.
your trader,
Yeah, red
yeah.
key card has one trader, green key card's got
Right.
another.
They're all in red
Could you
room.
imagine?
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
Shut it on people.
Except for Vince is in black. Vince is chilling in black with the leddies. Yeah.
Here's the thing though, like that could definitely be a thing where they do the in-game traders. Maybe they just give us a few different ways to interact with them, where walking in there and talking to the trader isn't the only way. Maybe sometimes for certain missions you might have to do that, but otherwise they've talked a lot about like having devices. Like they haven't said what kind, but I wonder if we'll get some kind of device where we can communicate with the traders via text, and maybe like majority
Shop
of
with
it
the
can be done like
phone,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, majority of it can be done like that, but then certain things you're going to have to go in, and or maybe you get more rewards if you do it in person, or like make it where it's a thing you can do but not a thing you have to do. That way it's not stopping progress, because people love nothing more than stopping other people's progress. So that's all they're going to do is just
Right.
camp and just make sure no one can get to the trader, especially if it's a mission that has to be done.
Yeah.
You're never going to get it done. And like Kitty had said, imagine going in and buying a bunch of things and then having to just take that out. It's like, not only did you just spend a ton of money, but now you got all that on you and you have to make it out of the raid alive. Like it's just, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
You got to go turn in your LEDX.
yeah, I found it.
Yeah, imagine.
What?
Imagine you've been
What?
working
Yeah.
so hard to get your LEDX, you finally get it, and then you got to do it all in raid. Like that's
Yeah.
You guys want to hear something crazy?
Always.
Stony
No.
last night on streets, we're sitting there doing tasks, just like creeping around doing the thing. Ends up killing 2 scavs, one raid, one the next. LEDX on both of them.
What
What?
the
Oh, wow.
fuck?
LEDX on both of them. I was like, what the fuck? And I need LEDX,
Nice.
but like he's only been playing for like 1,000 hours and he just found them. You know what I mean? Like that. Not spending a bunch of money, going to labs, opening the doors, hoping there's a that's a
Oh,
different
yeah.
feeling.
Dude, that's
Finding
what I
him
did.
in the wild is insane. You know what I mean? That's
I only
crazy.
have
Especially like that.
It always feels so good,
only,
especially
like-
when you're a newer player. So I was like, dude, no, I'm not about to ask for those. Keep them. I want you to keep over years. That's
I'm only like
crazy.
level 22, and I had already found my LEDX though. Like, I don't know, it was early in like the wipe, and I was sitting there on streets, and I walk in, the computer room that you walk in, and it's got the dead body, and it's got like a little med place, and it's got like 5 or 6 computers. I can't think of where exactly it's at, but anyways, it's just a little med
Sounds like
spawn, and I
multiple
just walk
spots on
over there.
streets.
Yeah, that's why I give up on trying to describe it. But
yeah.
I just look down, and there's just a LEDX just sitting
Oh my
there, and I'm like,
God,
the hell?
dude.
I'm sitting there like, nah, that's
43.
not just sitting there. 43,
Yeah, I'm trying to hit prestige this wipe, and I can't find the LEDX.
still no Letty, huh?
No, cannot find it.
But
About to just
I'm
go
sure
back
you
to the
will
old
with-
days of running woods.
they've turned the loot up a good bit, so it's like
Yeah,
you should be able
they
to find
seem
it
to be
now.
coming around more. I just need to loot more. You know how I am
Yeah.
on my PMC, especially these last few wipes. I don't loot a lot.
Oh, Wait a minute. That just reminded me of something.
What's up?
Nikita did post something asking what people wanted to test.
Oh yeah, so for like an end of wipe scenario, or
Yeah.
potentially, like our pre-wipe events, I guess.
Before we hit 1.0, yeah, what we want to test.
Nikita, yeah. What would or we talked about this once 2 weeks ago or something like that on the pod, but what are some things you guys would like to see tested?
Rework of the quest system. Like, I just want to see like
Test
the
tracking.
order be shaken up. Yeah, I want to see changes to tasks, but I also
Yeah.
want to see like, let's shake
Some
it up a little bit, so
variety,
it's not just
yeah.
like, all right, run here, run here,
Absolutely.
run here. Like, everybody knows it by now. Come on.
I think you should get random tasks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, make it different for everyone.
at
Send me
least
to
when
labs
you
day
get them.
one.
Yeah. Labs only.
5 LedX, please. Like, what?
That is a good idea though. I do like that idea. Changing up the tasks, getting just a change of pace on how we go about the start of wipe. And I'll be honest, with the hardcore wipe and not having tasks those first few days, it felt great. I didn't
Right.
like the
Yeah,
map
I loved it.
lockdown. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but at the same time, like we had customs, we had woods, like I was fine, I was chilling.
Yeah, the transits were a little buggy, but if those had worked perfectly, then that would have
Oh,
been
it would have
awesome.
been so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Now-
transiting. I love staying in raid. I think the longest I've been in raid on like one session was like 8.5, 9 hours.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was a marathon. I was going for it. I wanted to go longer, but it was late. I was tired. Falling asleep in raid.
Oof.
When it comes to questing, I have been thinking like it would be cool if they did rearrange it, but also tweaked a bunch of stuff. But they also made it to where you're not getting all these tasks from all these traders at once. Kind of like you can pick the one you really want to work on, and it's kind of like you can focus on that task line as you want instead of being locked off. Like, oh no, you have to do these 3 before you can open up that one, and it would be cool if you could just pick like whatever branch you
do
wanted to
them,
go down.
but you can choose
Yeah.
which one you do. The rewards
Yeah,
progress
less
as
linear.
you progress the task line itself,
Well-
not the task version.
It would make the maps all less predictable because you wouldn't have everybody trying to do the same thing. You wouldn't
Right.
have everybody focus on the same exact things. I think it would just mix up things just enough to where it would make it feel a lot better.
I think so. It's a good idea. Kitty, any ideas that you would like to have tested or things you'd like to see different?
I mean, honestly, I mostly play PvE, and I'm not very good at the game, so anything that's making like fucking like the hardcore wipe, I'm just like, oh, sounds great, happy for y'all, but I'm good with just how it normally goes.
Fair.
Hey, that's
understandable.
part of Tarkov though. Like honestly, like
PvE is
even for
great.
PvE, like I said, we started it last year sometime and ended up
Yeah.
playing it for
We
like a
played
wipe
so
and a
long.
half, like straight. Yeah.
We started the YouTube
And-
because of PvE, I think.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to benefit a lot, I think, from 1.0
Wipe,
because
yeah.
just a lot of
I
the
need 100%.
new storyline and things. I think it's going to be a way for people to experience it that don't want to mess with the PvP and stuff. And I think a lot of people will choose just to see how the story goes and stuff just by playing PvE, even
Yeah.
more than already do, I think.
Exactly, especially with them putting it like for sale separately, and who knows, like with the Steam release, they're just gonna make that
Right.
even easier to get into.
Yeah.
I think it would make sense.
Yeah,
to split
PvE
'em.
blew up way bigger
Yeah.
than I think they thought.
It's a huge
Oh, yeah.
success. It needs to be its own. It needs to be a standalone.
For sure.
That would be cool too. Because not everybody wants to drop $80, $90 on a game just to play
Yeah,
half of
exactly.
it, And I completely understand the preference for PvE, especially as someone learning the game, or at least, just still figuring it all out. Just because it's a way more casual environment. It's still greasy. It's still somewhat sweaty, but
Well,
It's-
it's just like any game, any single player game. Like it just by itself makes a really good single player game. Like a
it
good,
does,
Yeah.
it's a good game.
The economy's fucked up over there. I think that's
No,
what's driven me
yeah,
away from it the
yeah.
most right now.
Yeah.
I just have
That's fair.
everything. I need nothing. There's nothing really for me to do. I have a few quests I could finish, but overall, like, I've done it. I don't really want to just keep
Yeah, I
grinding
haven't even
mindlessly
opened
at
up
it.
my account. I don't
Like
even
you
know
said, we
where
got
I
to
stopped at.
73, 74, 75, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
somewhere around there.
And I've always played PvP. I started when there was no PvE, you know.
Yeah.
So being on that, coming into the hardcore wipe, I liked the idea. I, disagreed with some of the changes and would have preferred some different things changed here and there. But overall, I liked the idea and it sounded fun. So I was like, yeah, I'm absolutely gonna check this out. Like, this sounds cool. And that was from also a little bit of boredom of PvE. Because it does, like, once you get Kappa unlocked, like, the wipes genuinely keep the game fresh. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
helped the game
It does.
survive. And PvE, not
Resetting the
even.
economy.
I guess I could
It
reset the
needs a
account
refresher.
because you can specifically reset PvE or PvP, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yep.
I could
I
have
think
just
it's
reset it.
specific to account.
Yeah,
Maybe not. I don't know. But I think the accounts are linked, so I think if you reset one, it resets all.
maybe.
I
No,
think.
you
I've
can
only I've never
differentiate.
done it.
Can you do it now?
Yeah,
But I
they
think you
split
can,
it up.
yeah.
I was gonna say I knew at first you couldn't because I knew people that tried couldn't do
Oh
it.
yeah,
but
yeah. At first it was
yeah.
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 But
But,
I'm
like-
glad that we have PvE because honestly, before PvE came out, I was playing SPT, single player Tarkov, the mod. Like I had downloaded that, started messing around with it, and I enjoyed it. I was like, this is cool, just going in and just trying stuff out, not having to worry about, getting head eyes because I stopped for 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
Walk
Oh,
past
yeah.
the wrong fucking bush.
yeah,
Exactly.
and it
You
was.
know?
I was just like,
Uh.
like there was definitely a place for it, and I feel like even now I'm still going to use it. Like I haven't played it this way, but I could definitely see myself going back and playing it.
I think once it wipes, I'll definitely get back on and check it out. I've got the majority of my achievements for events last year there. So, like, I kind of want to keep it going, just like get the achievements that I can collect on both accounts and just build it up. And I mean, I 90% of the time lately only play Tarkov, a little bit of Dayz here and there, but that's about it. Just, I don't know. Tarkov pulls me in.
Oh yeah.
So playing both just works out enough. Also,
Yeah.
Arena. Do you guys play Arena at all?
Every now and then.
The shit is completely broken, blended with the two, which now PvE is synced. So blended with the both sides of the game, you get just absurd rewards. It's so easy to get ref to level 4, just running your dailies. It's absurd. It's insane.
Yeah,
I've gotten a
I just
black
tried to get the
guitar from
sword.
it. Yeah, I've got the sword. I got the armband and all that. Yeah, I love that shit. It looks cool. But yeah, he's busted. Ref is busted. And Arena's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Because it's like I get to play Tarkov, but I actually get to, play like I'm a Chad and run fast.
True.
Just shoot everything. Yeah, I don't play Blast Gang or Team Fight though. I just do Arena do Last Hero and Checkpoint dailies. Just because
I hate it because it's like I will sit there and try my best to get Last Hero like dailies, and it's like
Spend
I pay
hundreds of
so much
thousands of
money.
rubles,
Yeah, I
yeah.
spend so much money
yeah.
redoing them. It's like 1 out of every 20 I'll get a Last Hero, which is the only thing I like playing, and it just feels like they never want to give them to me. They need some new game modes in there. They need some more single player, like people who don't want to play team stuff. I understand they want it to be like an esports team type game, but throw
You
some
can have
just
those,
regular
and your rank
old.
ladder can be those, but
Yeah,
give us just
a
some
lot more
weird
people would
shit,
play
yeah.
it if they would just put like some simpler, like
Team
similar to Last
deathmatch.
Hero. Yeah, just more casual. You don't have to go in there and sweat and worry about shooting the opposite or shooting your
Shooting
teammates, and
frenemies, yeah.
you know what I mean. You can just
Yeah.
go off, and it's like there is definitely a market for that, and I feel like
Oh yeah.
Arena would do a lot better if they did that.
Yeah,
Definitely,
I mean,
especially just how hard they're trying to push it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And it's like
we do
they
have
already
the
have.
overrun game mode coming at some point. Probably
Yeah, I was gonna say
1.0
I've
time
seen
range.
a few things that they have talked about, like a few new modes, but it's like they already have ranked. Like if you want to keep ranked team play only, that's fine. But give some more casual things, and I think people will accept Arena a lot more.
Yeah. I enjoy it though. Like I said, I just played Last Hero and Checkpoint. It does get a little dull though, especially like I grind out my dailies, I bust out my weekly, and then it's just, that's a handful of matches no matter how optimal my roles are. And it still gets kind of dry just because there's nothing new to do and I do it every single day. Then I help, whoever gets on Stony or Shreks and then like get on and run arena with them too. So it just some new game modes would be very nice. More maps also, like more smaller maps. Another
Yeah.
Last Hero map would be great. We have
Yeah, I play like the same 3
Chop
maps
Shop
every year.
and Bay 5 are the only two I run.
Yeah, yeah. Even though
And
I have all
then
maps selected, those are the only ones that I ever play.
I only have those two selected. I don't like
I have every
Last
map.
Hero
I
and the
don't
other
ever
ones.
get any other maps. I don't ever get any anyway.
Because of
So
people like me,
technically,
it's just like, I
I
want
was going to
fast
say
Dayz
nobody has them
done.
selected. Yeah.
Hate them.
I just
Well,
want to play
I do
some
the
of the
same thing
newer
on
things
Checkpoint
because
too. I only do Bay 5.
well, it's like when new maps come out,
Drop.
since that's the only mode I play, it's like that's going to be my only way to actually check them out, and I never get to see them, so I end up having to play a different game mode just to actually see the new map.
Fair. That's typically how it goes. I barely play Iceberg.
Here's a question for everybody. Speaking of arena, and once 1.0 hits, do you think they're going to try to adjust the way arena kind of plays into
They gotta
Tarkov? Or do
dial
you
it
think?
back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because
Yeah.
it's right now. It's the driving force for people to purchase arena is to level up faster and to get ahead of the pack. Like that's why people buy it. Once it's 1.0 and things kind of slow down and we're not doing like constant wipe after wipe after wipe, they almost have to stretch it out because it's going to be so OP and like it seems like if you want the game to last and you want Tarkov itself to be more of a long-term thing, then it's way too OP at the moment.
Yeah, it is absurd.
Yeah,
But some people
definitely.
don't think so. Some people think it's fine.
Okay, so the things that he has aren't the problem. I have no issue with any of the gear, cases, the fact that he has level 5 plates. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. It's the especially now with the prices reduced. It's too much. It's too much stuff. It's a constant just like, oh, if I do my dailies and I do this, and whenever I'm on Tarkov, I have everything I could possibly need. I don't have to rely on money. I don't have to rely on anything else. I can gear fully through ref. I guess I don't know. But it is a lot of stuff, and you can get level 5 plates, good night vision, but you can also get all those things from traders from putting the time in Tarkov.
Well,
So I don't know, but it's easy to level
okay.
him up to max trader too, though. It's very easy. I had him 4 before I had the level requirement.
Well, setting aside the gear you can get off of him, what about just leveling up and your like strength and all that stuff that you can just level up really fast? Do you think that's too much?
No. I think skill leveling's fine. I don't think it's that bad. You have to
I
pick and
think they
choose what
balanced it
skill
well
you
from
want to
where it
level.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other
it's
than
definitely
the
not
bug
as
that
OP
just
as it
happened.
was. Yeah, that bug was nuts.
I wish I would have played
You could
more
just play like
arena.
4 or 5 matches and have
Yeah.
maxed out skills.
Yeah, I only
Um,
played like 3 matches, 2 or 3 matches. I got some stuff up
but
really high, but
just like actually leveling like your character, like they have dialed it back, and you think it's in a good place now?
level
I
progression
think
wise, yeah, I'm online with my
Yeah.
my quests.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because you don't get a ton of XP now for just
You
going
gotta
in
put
and
your
doing a
time into
few.
arena. That's the
Yeah,
thing. You don't just get
yeah.
to hop on, do 2 matches, get off, and be like, oh, I leveled twice, and I got this, and you put some time into it, especially if you do it religiously daily, like for the rewards.
Well, I think it'll become less of a need also because, like I said, once 1.0 hits, they are going to want to stretch things out and make just the base game last longer since it's not going to be like wipe like it is now. So there's a good chance that, it's just not going to be as big of a need.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to dial things back. Make the ref requirements a little higher for max. The XP and skill leveling feel okay though. I don't think they're that bad. Like as much time as I put into
Well,
you have 2 choices, right? Because I'm not out leveling anybody. In fact, I'm so far behind. There's people prestiging weeks ago. You know what I mean? So, and I've been on every day doing my dailies, trying to get setup done, dying religiously, doing my job as a Tarkov player, just dying nonstop to a task that makes me just want to slam my head into my desk.
giving everyone your gear.
Yeah, I'm donating like
Gosh.
crazy.
I love setup. It's my favorite
You got to
task.
populate the server.
I don't want to hear that. I don't. I'm at like 6 of 8, dude, and I cannot get them. I cannot get it done.
Oh,
I've been
no.
working on it for so
How many
long.
raids
I
did it
just
take you?
die. To get to 6?
Uh,
Oh, for you, yeah.
3?
oh yeah, I did it in 3 last swipe, but not this swipe.
Ah, yeah.
But then
That's not bad though.
no, before that though, like I don't know. I feel like I only like it just because I'm a masochist. So
Yeah, enjoy.
I mean,
it.
I am too. I
Yeah.
do enjoy the pain, but setup drives me nuts because I feel like 50 BMG or Express or Magnum Buckshot, none of them seem to be killing anyone, and I don't understand it. It drives me nuts. I also am not a fan of shooting people in the leg, so I typically
Oh,
just
yeah.
run MP18 and try
Yep.
to snipe people, and then if I have to pull out the shotgun, I will. But I'm shooting people and then dying, or I'm whiffing shots. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's
I
going
love
on.
the
man.
MP18, man.
Yeah,
it's
it's
probably one of my
nice.
favorite.
It's so fun. Typically, I'm not having this much trouble with this task either. Any of the other wipes I've done it's been relatively like sure it can be a slugfest sometimes, but it's it's doable. This wipe I can't finish it. It's driving me nuts.
You're gonna get it, man. It's gonna be the next time you play, just fly right through it. Easy
Yeah.
as
You'll have one of those
you're-
raids where you get like 4 or 5 kills just in one raid, and it's like
Right.
wish that could have happened last week.
You're like, what the hell?
Better happen. It
But-
needs to happen. I need to get it done.
Back to just the leveling and stuff. The only reason that I was really even talking about it is because everything right now is set up for every 6 months the economy getting reset
That's
and
true.
everything being wiped. So it's like, and with 1.0, we don't know really everything that's going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if everything just gets a whole new rebalancing once 1.0 hits. I think they're going to rebalance the flea. They're going to rebalance just the traders in general. I imagine arena, just everything is probably just going to get a new coat of paint.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It's probably going
I
to
think
have
it
to.
should.
Yeah, it's probably going to have to. Because Nikita said that when we do get 1.0, and I'm holding him to this because he said it's going to be a whole new way to play the game.
Yeah.
So I'm holding him to it.
Yeah, I don't even know how to process the idea of 1.0 and what it could be entirely. There's expectations for certain things, but there's no real clear idea of like how they're gonna, rework some of these tasks, how they're gonna implement the story task lines, how they're gonna build up this climactic story from start to beginning or beginning to middle to end. Like there's a lot of stuff that's in between that could go a lot of different ways. And it's fun to speculate on, and it's kind of crazy to think after so long we're coming to the end of at least the speculation for what caused this all to start, it all like how it all started, and then how it ends.
Yeah.
Because they can add new storylines and things as new maps are added and new things get added in over the years. They can introduce expansions and things like this, but for base game 1.0, I genuinely don't know what direction to like point it towards, So we always end up speculating on a lot of different things. What do you guys think they will end up doing for implementing the story into Tarkov? Like, do you think it's going to be a progressive storyline from like the time we enter, we're trying to like answer these questions and figure it out to get to the end, or do you think it's going to be just something kind of pops up here at one point and you get a couple tasks, or you get like how do you think they're going to implement it all and to what degree?
Well, I mean, I feel like they're gonna try to, hopefully, I don't know how much that they've talked about it if at all, like integrate the quests and stuff more into the overall storyline. Like, I don't know if that just means adding quests or changing up how they work or anything like that, but I feel like they're just gonna have it integrated, hopefully, more seamlessly into gameplay. And yeah, I mean, I guess all we can do is see what they're gonna do, right?
Yeah, honestly, I want to see how it's gonna like play a role in maybe deciding more of like what the faction you're gonna pick will be, and what like the long-term consequences might be more so than what they are now. Maybe that's gonna mean like different task chain entirely, different way to escape from Tarkov. I'm just curious to see what all the implications will be, but I genuinely do feel like this update is going to be, not only the most substantial because it's 1.0, but also because like I feel like they're cooking with this one. After
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
Terminal,
Yeah.
they're on it.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people say that.
Yeah. And it's exciting to hear it too.
It is. And I almost feel like it's going to be, quest wise, once you get to a certain quest, you're probably just going to get a cutscene and then like a single player-ish type thing for certain things. Obviously they can't do everything out in the open world. So there's probably going to be a lot of like single player stuff just like in between certain missions. I don't know though, maybe not, because after I said it, now that I think about it, I don't know if they would do that, because if you're playing in a group and you guys are just wanting to go raid, you're not going to want to be bothered by having to stop what you're
Stop
doing
the
and
cutscenes and things,
yeah.
Oh, true.
So maybe they won't make you do it, but maybe it opens up to when you can go do it. Like that would make more sense. Like it gives you the
Interact with
ability
it.
to, yeah, like the
Interact with an
progression
item.
is tied in with it, but it's a separate thing to where you get new stories opened up as you complete your normal quest, and you kind of can pick when you want to go in
So,
and
do you
complete
guys
those.
think that maybe the radio is going to play that role, or at least part of that role, as like a middleman for in-raid tasks, progression pieces, and the next part of the task line? You have to go in, you have to do this, or maybe it's a way to interact with something to open a door below, or like what do you guys think the implementation of the radio is actually going to bring, or is it just music?
When you say radio, are you
The
talking about
stereo system, the stereo, the
that they
little
showed it a while
handheld
back?
radio,
Yeah.
or not handheld radio, the little boombox deal.
Yeah, basically they showed cassette tapes and like CDs and stuff, and they kind of hinted that you're going to be able to use those in game.
Be kind of cool to see like, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Be kind of cool to see like cassette tapes be a way of like maybe traders dead dropping like the next task that they want you to do. Like you got to pick that up, play it, and all right, now I understand this. And yeah, if the radio is the way to communicate, I'd really like to see something like that. It'd be definitely unique to what we've had so far. I mean, yeah, we've had devices, but to see something like that where we can actually interact with traders, like, I want that.
Yeah.
Rather than this little messenger in the main menu. I mean, it's great, but I want to see how much more they can expand on the immersion.
True. Yeah.
That's what they're all about.
Well, it seems
Right.
like, because we have seen leaks of that, and it seems like they've hinted at like not just the radio, but just a lot of different ways to interact, such as CDs, cassettes. Obviously, we already have thumb drives and things, so it's like there's a lot of different ways they can use those, and it would be cool to have like all of them in game where we actually can use those for task, or use those for like just talking, or different ways to use them.
Yeah.
Because right now it's just you find them and that's it. You know what I mean? You turn
Right.
them in, or you sell them, and it's like actually having them be part of the game. That would be really cool.
Yeah, just have more integrated.
Yeah.
So you said you play PvE currently. Have you played much PvP?
I haven't played any of the hardcore wipe. I used to play. I mean, up until PvE was launched, of course, I'd play only PvE or PvP. Fuck. And I'd say I put in a good like 1,500-ish hours into just PvP. So I played quite a bit. I'm still trash, but yeah, it's definitely fun.
We're all trash, let's be honest. There's a handful of people that are just up there, and then there's the rest of us just screaming through it, trying to survive.
Right.
What do you prefer overall throughout? You gotta like, considering atmosphere and ambience and just like a mixture of everything that the game offers when it comes to PvP versus PvE, which do you prefer?
I mean, overall, I'd say PvP more, just for like the immersion and like the highs are higher, the lows are lower, of course.
Yeah.
So just like the adrenaline rush of just killing an actual person is just unparalleled for sure. But I mean, I just mostly play PvE nowadays just to be able to keep my progression, take it easy, not stress so much about it, that sort of thing.
Radio, do you play much PvE at all, or are you just PvP main?
Mainly PvP. I think I have 20, yeah, just under 3,000 hours, and probably maybe 50 of that's PvE or less. Big PvP fan.
Yeah, what
I just
is
like
it?
the challenge.
Is that like the sole thing that keeps you on PvP? Is just how much more challenging it is, and the greasiness of it, or
I think so. So, I mean, a big draw of gaming for me, outside of like being immersed in a good story, would be like the challenge of playing against somebody that is of a higher skill, and just having to like overcome a more dynamic challenge than traditional. But that's kind of like the exciting part of Tarkov too, is with the AI being as like unpredictable and crazy with how many
Yeah.
different types there are. Like it's a big draw. Yeah, I'd say the main thing for me with PvP is I just like the challenge of other players, but I'm not a W tier.
no, we
Right.
don't W
None of
key.
us are.
I'm a firm believer in covert movement. I love that shit. I
So
like the tactical side of Tarkov. I like a slower play style where I'm like considering, do I want to shoot this person? Is it worth shooting? Am I able to loot them if I shoot them? Are they in an optimal spot? Like if there's potentially somebody in the area, I want to hear you before you hear me. And it's not that I rat, it's that I just prefer to move slow and just keep everything involved around me. Like I want to make no impact outside of taking good shot. Like obviously you end up in scenarios, especially on tighter maps or tighter areas of any map, resort, any place on streets, factory to do these tasks, right? And do it, or just raid, hit keys, whatever it is you're wanting to do, dorms. You end up in scenarios where you can't necessarily do that, but at the same time, if you play it slow and you play it right, you end up in this position to where you get to pick and choose when you go in, and is it clear? Is it busy? You get. I'd like to be able to answer all the questions before I just blindly run into something, or W key past a bush that I should have heard, but I was too busy running through them myself. And that is its own challenge in Tarkov.
oh yeah,
So I'm one.
We've
I'm
always
one-
played like our life actually matters. Like
Yeah.
it's not just a throwaway thing where you just reset. It's like you really want to try to, not only get out of the raid, but you want to, play it smart and not do too much, not do, anything that you don't need to do. There's definitely times where you can play both ways, but for the majority of it, the whole time I've played Tarkov, it's been like that.
it's ingrained in me as I come from Dayz mod as like one of my
Same.
first real games I got into. So it's like, I like the nitty gritty. Like I'm gonna start out, I'm gonna grind my way up, but like I'm fighting for this stuff. I'm not actively gonna go and try to lose it. I'm gonna enjoy my time in the raid and experience all of it.
I've learned
I-
that over time. So many Dayz players enjoy, just
The
the
slower play
more
style,
tactical, yeah. And it's like when I do talk to someone, they're like, "Yeah, I played Dayz first." I'm like, "Okay, yep, that makes sense."
Survival matter
Checks in.
play style. I love
Yeah.
it. Stats matter, whatever you
Survival
want
and
to call it.
cannibalism.
Yeah. So that whole aspect of tactical play style started for me in like the SOCOM games on PS2, and
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. It was either Operation Desert Storm or Operation Sandstorm or something like that. I think it was Operation Desert Storm. I think it was PS2, might have been PS3, but me and my buddy used to play the shit out of it, and we played on whatever difficulty, like the hardest difficulty, and like it was brutal. You had to be tactical, you had to be smart with your movement. Like even though it was like a shitty game, like you still had to be reasonable about how you played it. And like we took that shit so seriously. Like it was the most extreme thing we could have been doing, and I just fell in love with that kind of play style. Like it just felt cool. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy it. I feel like I'm at some advantage with it. So like when SOCOM and things like that came around, I started playing those. I was like, oh dude, if I already know what to do, like just stay quiet. Don't make a bunch of noise. Don't go shooting everything you see. Other than like team deathmatch, but like the search and destroy game modes and things like that, where you were a little bit more tactical, like crouch walking and stuff, taking my time. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I've always enjoyed that kind of stuff. And then with like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, when that came out, was it Breakpoint? Was that the first one? One of the Ghost Recon open world games. The first one that came out, I like didn't do anything without a suppressor, always gillied up, always just like sniping people. Any game that lets me take a tactical approach, dude, any game, it's like the go-to. I love that
Oh,
shit.
I
yeah.
think Wildlands was second, I think.
Wildlands was second, yeah. Breakpoint was first, yep.
I could be wrong on that. I don't know.
No, that sounds right. But yeah,
Yeah, it does.
there's just something about it. Like Call of Duty lets you, run a sniper and this and that, and you can play search and destroy, but it's a forced fast play style no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're just respawning anyway, so you don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
your
Yeah, you
life
lose
has no value.
equipment.
I have only played maybe 1,000 hours on Dayz. Maybe. I don't know. I'll check right now, actually.
Well, like I said, Dayz, Tarkov, it's like your life does matter. I mean,
Yeah.
you can play it to where it doesn't because
Yeah.
you are going to respawn, but it's like if you really want to enjoy it, you really want to get like the full experience. I
yeah,
feel like,
full
yeah,
immersion.
you have to care somewhat about your decisions and your choices.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your preference for a raid? If you got to pick your optimal raid to go into while you're moving around doing your thing, tasking, taking some shots, what is your optimal like environmental detail settings? Like, what kind of time of day, cloudy, foggy, rainy, sunny, night? What do you prefer? What's your optimal go-to?
I mean, definitely the most cozy experience is just like rainy, windy night, fucking thermal sniping.
Yeah,
So
I
good.
love that shit. There's nothing better.
Dude, I hated it when people would always want to get them to like turn the rain down. I'm like, no, like I
Make it
love
worse,
the
make it
rain.
more
Like,
severe.
Make it louder.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, it's nice to hear other people say that. Not a lot of people
Yeah,
they like
because
the rain.
we're usually in the minority on that too. It's like
Yeah.
people just seem like they hate it. But I understand why certain people they're not playing Tarkov to enjoy the experience. They're playing to get kills and be the best. You know what I mean? So they don't want
Yeah.
anything in their way. They don't want anything messing with their sound. Or
And
I want more storms. I want crazy stuff.
yeah, we did a podcast episode when they were brought out the survey about weather, which we've talked about multiple times. We're huge on the environmental detail of Tarkov. There's so many. I have hundreds of screenshots. I love it. I even in PvP, I'll stop and I'll try to get like nothing in my hands so I can just take a good screenshot. There's nothing better than like some.
Oh yeah.
The skybox is gorgeous nowadays, and things look really, really good.
Yeah, like some of the
Yeah.
sunrises and sunsets.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Considering this was made back in 2014 to 2017, like most of the
Right.
work was done. It's like that's insane. They've done very well at like making it still, hold up today. Same with Dayz though. Dayz also, you think about that. Dayz's going on over 11 years old now. It's well for the standalone, but you go all the way back to the mod days, and it's like, man, Arma 2 Dayz was crazy.
Oh yeah. The good old days.
I have 3,495 hours in Dayz standalone.
I have
That seems about right.
598, 96, 596, something like that.
Hell yeah.
Oof, just over 1,000.
Actually, let's see. What do I have in Arma 2 Dayz?
I don't think I played Arma 2 Dayz.
God, I think 2,700 hours in Arma 2 Dayz.
Oh shit.
And then another 1,400 in Arma 2 non-Operation Arrowhead.
Oh, I found it. Okay, sick. So back to the Icebreaker stuff. Here was the screenshot that we were shown.
Oh shit, okay.
And they sure this could all be made in SPT, right? The ship looks a little off at the bottom of it. Like there are a few issues that you could point out, I guess, but at the same time, it's a test phase. You're not really gonna have a fully finished object in front of you. So
Yeah, they could be two totally different builds,
and as credible as this guy seems to be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like if that is like a screenshot from it, they've changed the layout of the ship and everything, but yeah.
Yeah, and this was supposedly from early testing, so this was probably recorded way before Nikita had ever posted that screenshot.
Yeah.
So probably a much later revision. And we know, like, they've been going hard on 1.0 content for the last year. Like, they took most of the devs off of the main game and put them all on 1.0. And we've basically had, a few devs that keep the game up and running, but majority of the power, the manpower has been working on 1.0.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? But it is cool. It is interesting.
For sure.
Oh, okay. Let me get you guys' opinion on what you think this is. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Might as well just screen share my screen.
Huh. It's something Terror Group, but it's all the fucking trees and shit.
Yeah, they posted this on Twitter a while back. And it's right. It's obviously Terror Group. Do you think it's achievement emblem? Do you think it's like an intro cinematic to a video of a cutscene that we might see like in the background of something like a Terror Group commercial, and this is like a Terror Group environmental section thing? Like I have no idea. So I'm more than happy to hear you guys' thoughts on this.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it could be like some kind of new part of the Terror Group labs, like some kind of botanical shit, but then I don't know if the
Yeah.
birds have anything to do with anything, or if I'm just reading too much into the tree part of it. I have no idea, but
Animal testing or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Knowing that there's a bunch of divisions of Terror Group, it's like it could be so many different things.
That'd be
yeah,
cool,
yeah, because that was part of. I think it was part of that intro video that they had before the terminal stuff. Was just like Terror Group, like branching out into all sorts of businesses and like buying out all these other businesses and stuff in the Norvinsk or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Norvin's region.
Yeah, so it could be one of those businesses, maybe some kind of merger. Who knows?
Well, because everyone thinks when they hear Terror Group, they think Terror Group Labs, but it's like
Yeah.
Labs is the only thing we've really been introduced to so far.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you do watch the Raid series or read some of the books, it's like you quickly find out that that's a small percentage of what Terror Group is as a company.
Yeah.
Okay, so hear me out. You know how they're opening the bunker or potentially opening the bunker on Woods, the mountain bunker thing?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Could
Well,
this
basically,
be tied to Terror Group in some way?
It's hinted at through Lightkeeper, but then also, through the lore and everything, we know that the underground bunkers are used for travel.
Used for travel, storage, a bunch of stuff. They're all interconnected and a lot
Yeah.
of weird shit going on. And it's been, maybe this is their emblem there. This is the one that we'll start seeing more. Who knows?
True. Yeah, very well could be.
It's absurd. They are so good at dropping like the faintest crumb to let people start to speculate, put your tinfoil hats on, just branching off of any idea that could possibly be there. And then when it comes to like, sure, you may have been like partially right. You might have gotten like a small percentage of it correct, but typically it's off of something completely just different or unexpected, and they're so good at it.
Oh yeah, and it hooks you no matter what, right?
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a huge story. There's a huge story that playing the game, you only get maybe a single % of the actual information that's out there. Like,
yeah, there's so much
Tarkov's
going
huge. Like, yeah, the amount of stories and lore and just things that have been written and things that have been made to go along with the game is kind of mind blowing. Like, it's really been thought through and put together nicely. Like, it's crazy, really. It really is. Like, most games do not have like anywhere near this much like backstory and just available information around it.
Yeah, just like the world building of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, they've made movies, they've made like
the YouTube
there's so
stuff.
much there. Yeah, the stuff that they do is like beyond when it's what separates Tarkov, I think, from majority of games. Is it's more than just a game, and that's why the price for it, I feel, is warranted, because I've been playing this game for 8 years now. I think it's like I've got my money worth, because you play Call of Duty or Battlefield or most games like that, you're forking over $60-$70 every year.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like
Bare minimum.
I paid for this game one time, well, 2 times. I upgraded once, but it just,
I don't want to talk about it.
most people don't look at it like that. And understandably, because you actually have to sit and think for a second to actually, realize. But when you do that, it's like, it's worth the money.
Oh yeah, just like break it down like dollar per hour amount, like
yeah, exactly.
pennies.
Yeah. Just like Dayz also. It's like I throw Dayz in that category too. It's like I've gotten like I only paid like $30 for Dayz because it just came out. It was still like in beta, and it's like I got it dirt cheap, but I've gotten well over the money I paid worth
Yeah.
it. Like,
Oh yeah,
Dayz absurd.
it's just great because like every life can be a story, completely different
Yeah.
from the last.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
and that's what's funny is a lot of people's complaints like, well, there's nothing to do. I don't know what to do.
Because
It's
you're
like, well,
boring.
You might be the problem.
do what you
buddy.
want, which I understand though, because most games you're presented
need
with
direction.
a linear
Yeah.
path. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
do this, and even myself when I first started playing Dayz like standalone, I was like, because Dayz mod at least at the time I started, it already had a bunch of different content, a bunch of different things in it.
Right.
But when
there are
standalone
things,
comes
yeah.
out, it's like most of the guns are missing, most of the clothing items and the cars and the helicopter, like everything's gone, and I'm like, man, there's nothing to do. But it's like over time, I realized that's not how you play Dayz. You don't need
Yeah.
missions and places like to go, and you just do what you want to do. The fun is just out there.
Generating that
Yeah.
story, yeah. I mean, we've had
Well, and it's cool.
wild experiences in firefights and wild experiences just trying to survive after my dumbass shot a bear, like
Yeah.
there's so many,
Yeah.
it goes like
Yeah.
just
And then
endlessly.
remember
It's so much fun.
we're freezing in that little building with a fire trying to cook some food, and this guy comes sneaking up on us, and
Yeah,
we that was a good fight. That's
got
such a good
knocked,
fight.
both of us got back up, ended up
Yeah.
killing him. Yeah.
But I was surprised. I heard Nikita mention because he did that interview during, I think it was during PAX.
Yeah.
He dropped an interview. Yeah, and he had mentioned in there, which I'd never really heard him say, but Dayz was a big inspiration. Like
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah, I'd always known the similarities and things,
right.
but it's like
Someone
I'd
was
never
taking
heard
it.
him say, yeah, Dayz was actually one of my inspirations. And
Learned a lot of really cool stuff about Nikita in that interview.
Yeah.
That was a good interview
Yeah.
because it wasn't just like there was some Tarkov stuff, but it was about Nikita. Like so that was like
yeah, it's more about Nikita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's fun. Do you guys think that we will get the Russia 2028 title still? Well,
I think
maybe
so. I
under
feel like
the
Yeah.
title, but
Yeah, whatever that project ends up being. I feel like because
Right.
it's something that they've been wanting to work on as like a new, not new IP, I guess, kind of, because it's in the same like universe, right?
Yeah, same
it's in
universe, but
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
north.
different type of game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they wouldn't like that being like kind of more of a passion project, and he's just trying to wrap Tarkov up, from what I understand. So I feel like eventually, yeah, we're gonna see some more about that.
I almost wonder though now with the success of Tarkov being probably something they didn't envision, at least to the extent that it is. Like I wonder now if it's more of a sequel to Tarkov
Yeah, true.
more
May
than it
very
was
well
going to
could
be. It's almost hard not to, knowing that that's what people want now, and maybe still do Russia 2028. But the original vision for Russia 2028 was just like a single player story driven like RPG, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if they just do what they're doing now with 1.0, they can add that into a Tarkov. So it's like I almost wonder if they'll just devote everything to like Tarkov 2.
True.
It'll still be probably what they wanted with Russia
Right.
2028, but it's like I don't know if they're gonna. Nikita
Push
said
into
it.
the
They've been working on
single player
Tarkov.
idea.
They've been working on Tarkov for 10 years. Like they're sick of it. Like he's basically said that. He said
Yeah.
we've been working on this game for so long. So it's like maybe not, or maybe take a break. But it's so hard to move away from something so successful and then take 5, 6, 7 years of development time into another title that might not even, work. Like who knows if Russia 2028 would even be popular? No one knows. So it's like you kind of have a sure thing. You have the people that already know how to develop it. Are you really going to move away from that and start something new now?
Yeah, exactly. It's just hard to say.
Well, and I see he's changed his answer on it too as of late, where it used to always be like that's what they were doing next, and now it's the last time I heard him say anything about it, he said he doesn't know. Like someone's like, "Are you still doing Russia 2020?" He's like, "I don't know."
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you said, with just the unexpected success of it and just how
Yeah.
popular it's been getting since the 1.0 announcement and everything, like, we'll see.
Yeah, and for sure, you could do a Tarkov 2 and it would be very popular. But at the same time, do you want to devote another 10 years of your life to a single game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have been going for almost 2 hours, which I did not expect to have
Oh, shit.
happen.
Oh, wow, yeah, we have.
Yeah, an hour and 50 minutes at the moment, 53.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wrap it up there if you guys want.
Sure. I mean, as long as you
Yeah, I'm
guys
good
got
with it.
your questions answered.
Yeah.
I mean, as best as we could answer them at least.
Yeah, you guys definitely said some stuff that we hadn't heard yet too, which was awesome. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
And you guys
the
are more than
cutscene
welcome
stuff,
to come on again too. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be the only time.
and I
Yeah,
stream all the
appreciate
Thanks,
time.
man.
If you guys want to run some Tarkov, PvE, PvP, whatever, I'm always down to run it. I'm on every single night. So
Hell yeah. Oh, that'd be great. I don't know. I really appreciate like how easygoing you guys made this. Like we didn't know what to expect. Not saying that like we didn't expect, you know.
No,
It's
we get
just
it.
we
We
keep
get
it
it.
casual.
Yeah.
We just want to have
We
conversations
get it.
with people and get your guys' opinions on things, get everyone and anyone's opinions on things. Really, it's just like it's about the community, right? It's
Yeah.
Oh
about
yeah.
the community, and it's a good time to speculate, and it's fun to just be part of something that is as cool as Tarkov is. So any opportunity to get someone in the community in here that can speak on things and just have a good conversation with is awesome. We appreciate you
Yeah.
guys coming on and doing it. We know it's a lot to ask of you guys. Like, hey, you want to sit down and talk to us for a couple hours? So
Yeah, we hate asking people, like, because we
it's
know, everyone's got things to do. It's not
yeah.
easy to just set aside 2 hours every day, you know?
You know, I think we both appreciate like the forwardness. You know, it was it was the last thing that like we expected to have happen at the convention, but it was really cool, and I think we talked about it on the drive back. It was just like, all right, that was awesome. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I felt bad coming up to you guys because, like, again, you're in you're in cosplay, you're doing stuff. I didn't even know you guys gotten to like check out Terminal and hang out with people to that extent either. So like,
Yeah,
as
that worked
awesome
out.
and fun as it is, it's also something that you guys got to do, and it's like I don't really need to disturb that, and I try to come with respect, and I try to just be polite and just be like, hey, but like I
Yeah,
had the
he
idea, and
even
it just
texts
seemed
me. He's like, man, I hate doing this. He's like, I don't want to bother people. He's like, but I really
Yeah.
want to talk to him.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely glad you did. It was really cool.
I
meeting
think
you
the
and
idea
running
was
into you and
funny,
shit, so-
right?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I fucking loved it. That's all I'm like,
That was
hell yeah, let's
great,
fucking
yeah.
do it, man.
Yeah.
such a
Well,
good
then at the
Guys were
same
experience.
down for
time-
it. I appreciate that too. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much. But yeah,
Sure.
like it was so I wanted to get out of your guys' hair so bad to the point that I was just like, all right, see it. Yeah, like no names exchanged, nothing. Just like, all right, thank you. Bye.
It was like, oh shit, man, I wish I got that guy's info, and he bumped into you again later. I was like, oh hey, there he is. So-
No.
Well, you're not
Worked out.
guaranteed to run into people that are as cool and down to earth as you guys are. So it's
Oh,
like
heck.
understandable that you don't really want to talk to just anybody because half the time
No, I
people's
mean-
like, yeah, leave me alone. Don't bother me.
I mean, there's definitely some shitheads out there, but no, I mean, I
Yeah,
was
for
definitely
sure.
like as glad to meet y'all as we were, or the vice versa, you know.
I knew what
Yeah,
you meant.
Feelings mutual.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Cosplay looked great too, by the way. You guys look dope. I'm an
Thank
idiot.
you.
Didn't recognize the use
Uh,
of fucking day off, but now that once you said it, like, it clicked. I was like, oh yeah, you had the fucking shirt on and everything, dumbass.
Nah, man, you're good. It was
Yeah.
like super last minute on my part. I was like, hey, I want to do this actually. And she's like, what? But
Okay.
she helped me out a
Yeah.
lot, so like
Yeah.
it came together as good as it could.
Yeah.
One more question for both of you. Are you planning on doing that again anytime soon?
Maybe like as far as like going to PAX or like a Tarkov.
Just
Well, I didn't know if you had
conventions
any
or
other conventions
cosplays,
planned.
Anything
Yeah.
planned. There's a couple conventions
I
I'm
mean-
wanting to hit that are kind of local to me. I'm on the East Coast though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where Radio's from actually.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Ohio.
oh,
Shit, yeah, I'm from New Hampshire, but she dragged me out to Washington.
yeah.
Oh shit, nice. Oh, so you guys are
Yeah.
close to PAX. That's perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that's-
nice.
I think it was like a month ago we decided that we're gonna go. So yeah, definitely.
Well, that makes it
last
an
minute,
easy
it's like-
choice, being
Right.
right there,
Exactly.
so.
No
Yeah.
flights. no real
Understandable
planning,
if you
yeah.
don't travel to all the other ones,
Yeah,
I know some people hit every single convention and stuff, and it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't
We
think I've ever
definitely-
traveled for one. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it'd be cool to go to like CPSG again, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
if they're gonna do TwitchCon or if they're gonna do something early next year. It'd just be really cool to run into them again. I mean, even if it's
It
not
would.
for 1.0. But yeah, I'm gonna try for German cosplay.
Nice.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Got a 3D
The only
printer
other one I
working, so-
think They for sure are listed for is the Japan one, right?
Japan,
so.
South Korea, and
Oh, that's
yeah,
right. Yeah,
G
some other names.
Star Japan Game Show or Tokyo Game Show, the one in France or the Paris
Oh,
Game
yeah,
Show or
Paris,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, there were 4 total, and PAX was one of them. But next year or the year after, or the next big event or whatever they end up doing again, if they come to the States or like you said, TwitchCon even, which I don't think they've said anything about TwitchCon. I think
There
They
is a
usually do it though, don't they?
typically.
Philbo
Yeah.
did change his name, and then he changed it again on Twitter.
What do you
Going
change?
to like
Oh.
TwitchCon EU, but I have a feeling since
yeah,
did they say anything
EU.
about that though? Or no?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because I feel like it might be a last minute thing.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Might be why they're only doing the EU one.
Fingers crossed.
Since they were
Because
there
TwitchCon
already.
is between, I think, Paris and the Japan shows, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's in one of the gaps in their 4 main shows.
And if they
so
put the
very
kind of
well can do.
effort or more effort that they put into the booth, local or at PAX, like that's a lot. It's got to be a lot of work, a lot of setup, a lot of travel. Just
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
awesome.
all these next few conventions are like bang, bang, bang. So it's
They
I
won
imagine
Best
once
Booth,
1.0
right?
hits,
yeah. They won best booth. That shit was gnarly.
So cool.
but once 1.0 hits, I imagine that'll open them up to do a lot more stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
right now
hope
it's
so.
like crunch time, and they're still
Yeah.
doing it. So probably go on a big tour once 1.0 hits.
Yeah, if they're anywhere close to us again, definitely gonna. Try
If
to
they're in the
do
States, I'm
another event.
going. Yeah,
Nick
Yeah, it'd
even
be
needs
cool
to
if they
be
hit
there.
PAX East.
I
Be
would
Right,
so
love
much
to
yeah.
hit
closer.
PAX East. Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'll go back to Boston. That was fun.
Yeah, that's where it was. What, Boston, right?
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah. I went in what 2016.
Nice.
Yeah. It was fun, but parking is a nightmare.
I could imagine.
But yeah, like Adam had asked, no other plans for any other conventions or cosplays or anything like that coming up.
Not anytime soon. I mean, cosplay wise, I might try to do like I'll help him with his Sherman cosplay, and then I'll try to do maybe the Labyrinth Tagilla cosplay at some point.
That'd be dope.
Theoretically.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I haven't seen one done
Yeah.
yet, so that'd be cool.
No, that would be cool.
You'll have to show us once you guys get it figured out. We'd like to see them.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
she's been killing it on TikTok too.
So I'm Kitty, also known as Opachkitty, pretty much everywhere. I don't really post much anywhere except for TikTok. I've been having some goofy little cosplay videos. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know how to end this shit.
That's just your name at
On
TikTok.
TikTok
It's
and everything.
just-
Opachkitty. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll throw that up too. Yeah, for sure.
that is an awesome name.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
hilarious.
I
It's
seen.
so
I seen.
good.
I was like, okay, that's clever. That's
Well,
good.
I read it and I was like, wait, is it Opachkitty? And I had to look again. I was like, it is Opachkitty. All right, sick.
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
cause initially I just changed it to my like Tarkov name because it'd be like, it'd be kind of funny because it's like Opachki and my name's Kitty, and then I was like, that's actually kind of clever and nobody's taking it
Yeah,
anywhere,
yeah.
so might as well.
It goes well together.
I go by Creepy Hand Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's creepy and Jesus, and I'm Baby Lug Nuts. That's the Tarkov names.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Perineum sunning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good shit, good
What
shit.
is it?
Perineum sunning.
Perineum?
Yeah, you can give it a Google. I won't. I won't
Yeah, I was
spoil
gonna
it.
say.
Turn off safe search.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe don't. It's
Oh,
I need to
yeah,
change-
butthole tanning. Yeah.
oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick.
Why have I not heard it called perineum? What?
But, like,
Well, you know,
because
it's just a
it's not a
fancy way of
thing.
talking.
That's
Yeah, I
hilarious. Beehole tanning.
I saw some
Yeah.
video on YouTube of some guy
Papa
saying it
Me
to like a
talking
city
about it?
council.
Oh,
shit, I haven't seen that one yet.
yeah, Papa Me
Eh,
talks
not
about it.
surprising.
Oh,
yeah,
man, I'm
yeah.
not surprised at all.
Okay,
He's so good.
that's funny. He is hilarious. Yeah. Okay. So that's a really good name.
Thanks.
I like it. Yeah. All right. We can end it there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and comment below. And of course, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so it helps us out a lot and it keeps you up to date with all of our content. Also, be sure to go check out Opachkitty's TikTok. She's got some awesome cosplays and Tequila's Hammer. So if you don't follow, that's on your head, not mine. I would like to say thank you to our subscribers and a special thanks to our channel members. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider becoming a member below. We'll catch you next week. See ya.
Thank you guys for your time and for inviting us and all that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was kick ass.